everybody. Welcome. I'm going to give this about a minute or two to let everybody come into the webinar, and then we'll get started. If you guys want to post anything in the chat box, say hi, let us know where you're from. We would love to hear where everybody is from today. I'm going to just give it, like I said, a minute or two, let everybody get into the webinar, and then we will get started. I'll introduce myself. I'll introduce my right hand that's co-hosting with me. Welcome everybody. We're excited to have everybody. I'm just going to give it another minute here, let everybody get into the webinar, and then I can get started. All right. We are right on the button, 3 o'clock my time, 4 o'clock Eastern time. Welcome everybody. I am Jennifer Johnson. I am one of the territory managers for Group Stahl. I cover Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Kansas, and Missouri. I also do a lot of our videos and a lot of our webinars, and I am just so excited to be with you guys today for about an hour or so. Just a few housekeeping things to start. We are going to have a poll kind of halfway through the webinar, so make sure you look at the poll and answer the poll. I am going to share a PowerPoint today. We have saved it as a PDF in the files section, so you can click on the files, you can download the PDF, and then you can have it at your fingertips. The event will be recorded. So after the event, you will get a link to the recorded event and a PDF of the PowerPoint so that you can reference back. I love to make this interactive, so be sure to post your questions in the chat box. I have Shauna with me behind the scenes. She's going to be helping to answer questions. She'll probably pop in and out and might ask some of the questions out loud if she thinks they're really good ones, and we can kind of go through them together. And yeah, I'm just really excited to be with you guys today and kind of educate you, take a little bit of a deeper dive into our new UltraColor MAX DTF transfers. DTF for those of you that aren't aware, stands for direct to film. If you haven't heard of direct to film, I guarantee you are going to hear nothing but direct to film from here on out. It has really taken our industry by storm. It is an amazing technology that allows you to print full color, limitless color onto a clear carrier that you then can heat transfer onto almost any fabric with the use of a heat press. So with that, I am going to share my screen. We're going to walk through some PowerPoint slides. I will try not to make this death by PowerPoint. I want to make this a little bit interactive. I am going to demo the product for you. But yeah, let's get started. All right, so agenda for today, guys. I really wanted to focus on the 5 reasons why you need UltraColor MAX technology in your business, in your shop. If you guys haven't touched it, felt it, tested it, used it, definitely request free samples. We carry the product at both Transfer Express and Stahls, exact same product, exact same parameters. Same pricing, same lead times, and I'll kind of dive into that in a little bit here. I'm going to talk about simplifying heat transfer, so like simplifying the process, the pricing. We made it really easy to price this product out. We're going to go through some how-to projects and opportunities. I did some pricing scenarios for you guys, so we're going to look at that in a little bit. And then we're going to just quickly go over money pit or money maker. And by that, what I mean is, are you going to invest in your own DTF printer? My humble opinion, money pit right now. Or are you going to outsource to a company like Stahls or Transfer Express? Again, my humble opinion, easy money maker. So let's go over the 5 reasons why you need the UltraColor MAX in your business. Number 1 reason, no color limitations. That's right, the product is printed in what we call CMYK. So really, truly, you can print any color in the rainbow. Gradients, blends, halftones, fades, photorealistic quality images. But then you can also do single color, 2 color, 3 colors, what we call spot color. So no limitations to color. Extremely fine detail with no outline. Guys, this is a big one. For those of you with us today that have tried Transfer Express's UltraColor Soft Stretch or Stretch with Blocker, you all know that it comes with a very thin, 1/64 of an inch thin, clear outline. Sometimes when you're dealing with branded logos or you're putting it on certain fabrics, that clear outline can pick up the color of the fabric and almost look like a colored outline. A lot of your clients and end users simply just don't like that or can't have that. For those of you that have utilized our CAD prints, digital transfers, or maybe you have a Roland Eco Solvent print cut, you understand you have to build contours, outlines, tracks, i.e. contrasting colored outlines around your graphics. With the new UltraColor MAX DTF transfer, you don't have either one of those. No clear outline, no colored outline. Extremely fine detail. I am going to demo a tagless label, but for those of you, hopefully you can see that. Oh, I'm minimized, but I'll show you in a little bit when I get out of the PowerPoint. Really fine detail. We're talking tagless label detail. Little circle R's, TMs, no problem at all. Just beautiful. And then crisp, clean edges because it is digitally printed. You're not having to worry about a screen print transfer where you're pushing ink through a screen that sometimes can't hold that level of detail. Number 3, this is a big one. For those of you that may have tried other DTF transfers in the market, most of what's in the market applies at a very high temperature and is a cold peel. Our particular UltraColor MAX product is low temp, so 290 degrees, 12 to 15 seconds, hot peel. This product peels like butter. It's truly, truly amazing. So really good for performance fabrics, performance polyester, tri-blends. It's got really nice stretch and rebound, so it's great on Lycra and spandex. I've even used it on neoprene. It works beautifully on neoprene. So again, low temp application, quick hot peel makes it the ideal product in a production environment. Lightweight with a soft feel. This product, I'm wearing it. You guys can see this is a full front print. This is a tri-blend t-shirt. I barely feel like I'm wearing anything at all. It's soft, it's pliable, it's lightweight, very breathable. Again, has that nice stretch and rebound to it, so you can put it on items with quite a bit of stretch. It's just a really beautiful hand feel and finish to it. Low cost, simple pricing. I'm going to focus on a lot today on pricing. We get asked the question a lot, well, with all of our products, but specifically this product, well, how do I price this product? How do I sell this product? For those of you that have been customers of ours for a long time, you understand at Transfer Express, most things are sold in sheet format. So it requires you to do a little bit more math on your end to figure out your per image or per garment price. We have taken all of that out of it for you and made this really, really simple. I'm going to have Shauna post it in the chat just as a reminder, but I'm going to say it here and I'm going to say it multiple times throughout the webinar in case you forget or people jump in late or have to leave and come back. 6 cents per square inch. So I'll repeat that. It's 6 cents per square inch, not per image, per square inch. So for example, you take a 3" by 3" logo, you multiply your width by your height, so 3 times 3 is 9, and then you take that and you multiply it by 0.06, and that comes out to 54 cents per image for a 3 by 3 logo. If you have a 5 by 5, 5 times 5 is 25 times 0.06. Shauna, if you can do that math, I don't have a calculator from me, you can post it in the chat or chime in, but really simple pricing. $25 minimum per order, no quantity minimum, which is great. Now, both the system at Stahls and at Transfer Express, this question has come up a bit, so I want to address it. You know, somebody needs 4 of these, 4 of this image right here. If you don't meet the $25 minimum, the system will automatically push you into the quantity, right, needed to meet that minimum. So I often get phone calls and people will say, well, I only needed 4, but the system is forcing me to order 9. It's because they haven't met the $25 minimum. So really easy, low cost, simple pricing. Another beautiful thing about this product, you guys, 24-hour turn times. We wanted to make the product easy, fast, high performing, and get it to you guys lightning quick. 24-hour turn time. So at Stahls, if you get your order in by 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it ships next day. At Transfer Express, it's noon Eastern Standard Time, ships next day. So I'll repeat that. At Stahls, if you get your order in by 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it ships next day. If you at Transfer Express, you have to get it in by noon Eastern Standard Time, ships next day. I have some customers ask me, well, where should I order it, Stahls or Transfer Express? And honestly, I tell people it's whatever you're more comfortable with. I have some customers, we have tons of customers that cross over and order at both divisions, but we have some customers that, you know, primarily only utilize Stahls or primarily only utilize Transfer Express. So really, truly, it's whichever system you're comfortable with. If you have artwork saved in your library at Transfer Express, or you really like using the EasyView Online Designer, by gosh, stick with Transfer Express. If you're more comfortable with the Stahls website and navigating that, you're welcome to order it at Stahls. So let's dive a little bit more into the pricing and the parameters around that. So I created this sample gang sheet for you. So if you see there, you can order this product by the individual image. Let's say you just need 1 image and you need 12 of them. You just upload that image, follow the prompts, place your order. It gives you an instant proof. But let's say you are a customer that does a lot of e-com, a lot of program business, where you just happen to have a lot of different clients' logos at the same time that you need to order, right? You got lucky, you've got 5 different clients, they all need to order at the same time. You do have the option to create your own ganged or nested layout. I put here sheet in quotes because it's a little bit misleading to say this product is produced in sheets. Everybody at Transfer Express is so used to hearing and ordering and getting sheets, right? So they automatically think this product is produced in sheets. It's not. It's produced on a roll. The max size you can produce in this product is 22 inches wide by 22 inches long. I have a lot of customers that ask me, well, why, if you guys produce this in a roll, do you max out at 22? Why can't you just continually order more and more, like 44 or 68? It has to do with the printing process, guys. I'm not going to get into the weeds with it, but we cap it at 22 inches in length to have the best yield and the best print quality. So this is an example here. I did a 21 by 21. Again, another huge benefit of this product. If you order it in a gang layout, you don't have to do 22 by 22. You could do 11 by 11, 12 by 12, 14 by 16, 18 by 20, as long as you don't go over the max of 22 by 22. So if you take 22 times 21 times 21. You're at 441 square inches. And remember, the price is 0.06 per square inch. Whether you order one or you order 100,000, that price never changes. It's one set price. So you're at $26.46 for this 21 by 21 layout. There are 36 logos on this layout. So if you take 26.46 divided by 36, you're at 74 cents an image. You cannot beat that price and get it in 24 hours and be able to put it on just about anything. The only thing we do not recommend this product on yet is nylon and sublimated fabrics, okay? So nylon and sublimated fabrics are a no-no right now. I'm gonna take a quick pause and get a temperature check. Shauna, are there questions that have come up about the costing? Is anything not making sense that I can help answer before we move on?
Sure. So Dean said he is packing a big order using UltraColor as he watches the webinar, and he loves the product. Could you speak a little bit to the hand feel? Somebody is commenting that it does have a little bit of a heavier feel, a decal feel.
Oh my goodness. I don't believe, again, it gets a little subjective. Oh, you know what? Sorry, I keep wanting to show a shirt. So I'm going to stop the slideshow here in a minute and I'll show you guys some shirts. I'm wearing one right now. I have some samples of one. I'll hold it up close to the camera so you guys can get a really good, hopefully through the camera, a really good understanding of the feel and truly how lightweight it is. For a digitally printed heat transfer, it's about the lightest weight product I have felt in 20 years. Is it direct screen print? No. Is it DTG? No. But guys, it is so lightweight and breathable. It's a beautiful product. Beautiful, beautiful product.
Okay. Deb wants to know how it will work on spandex leggings, specifically for dancers.
You know, I have put it on Lycra spandex leggings. I've put it on sports bras. I have put it on headbands, wristlets. I mean, it has got great stretch and rebound. If I were to put a percentage on it, don't hold me to this. This is recorded. I would say maybe up to about 40% stretch. So if you've got like an 80-20, 80 poly, 20 spandex, great. You start to get into the 80% spandex or Lycra, 90% spandex or Lycra, you definitely want to test, and test. We have free samples, generic samples you can order at both divisions and just test it out. But honestly, it's great. You know, the only thing I would be careful of is, you know, sometimes I'm thinking of like workout gear. You know, people tend to want to buy sometimes sizes that are a little bit smaller, right? And they're stretching it out over their body. You know, you got to be a little bit careful with that, but just always best to test. But it's got beautiful stretch and rebound.
So this is for Ellen. Ellen, the product at Stahls is called UltraColor MAX. It is a DTF product. And then Chuck is asking, how is washability?
Great question, Chuck. I'm so glad you asked that question because I forgot to mention it. You guys, this product is phenomenal. So all of our products, both at Stahls and Transfer Express, have to pass 50 wash and dry cycles. That's our industry gold standard. This product is Nike RSL compliant. It has passed 125 wash and dry cycles. No degradation. You almost start to see the garment that we have put it on degrading before the transfer product degrades. It gets, in my opinion, it gets softer the more you wash it, but doesn't fade. Tremendous durability, 125 wash and dry cycles. Anything else, Sean?
Yes, sorry, Jennifer, I had put my back on mute. And then there's a question from Dustin, but I think those are more appropriate when you start pressing. So that's it for right now.
Okay, great. And we'll open it up to more questions at the end, guys. So keep them coming. So how to sell, keeping it simple, price per location, max image size. Before I dive into all of this, I am going to stop presenting And then Sean, if you just want to maximize me, there we go. So guys, I am wearing UltraColor MAX. I mean, this is a tri-blend. I can't even feel that this is on here. It's so soft. I've got this full front image right here. Again, so soft. It's like, it really truly just lightweight, breathable. It's got nice stretch and rebound. So what I wanted to do today is I wanted to demo a couple of the garments that I've got here and a hat, just to show you guys how easy it is to apply this product. I don't have currently an auto clam in my home. All I have is a 360 cap press in my home. So I thought, why not? Let's just see how versatile this product is. Can it be applied on a cap press? Can it be applied on a non-headwear item on a cap press? Let's dive in. Let's try it and see how it goes. So what I have done, if you guys are not familiar with the 360, the Hotronix 360 IQ, this is our latest and greatest cap press on the market. It is phenomenal. It's got top and bottom heat technology, a patented rounded curved platen so that you don't crease your hats, you're not scorching your hats. It is a phenomenal cap press. If anybody wants information on it, Shauna can post links. You're welcome to email me after the webinar. It's just a great press. So we're going to do a couple of fun things on this press. To start, I am going to do a tagless label. Forgot to mention, when I apply UltraColor MAX on my 360, I set my top heat to 290. I set my bottom heat to 200. That's the lowest the bottom heat will go. So again, I'm going to repeat that. 290 on the top, 200 on the bottom. I'm going to go a little bit longer on my dwell time, 17 seconds. And then I've set my pressure already to medium. So again, remember I showed you guys, I have my little Bella Canvas crop tee here. I already ripped out the rip away label. This is the detail I meant to show you guys earlier, but if you guys can see that, that is a tagless label made in UltraColor MAX. And we're just going to lay this directly on to our lower button here. So guys, I mean, I use this press primarily for headwear, but I have done so much on this little press. I just can't say enough good things about this press. I've done tagless labels. I've done left chest logos. I've done sleeve logos, masks, scarves, bags, fanny packs, hip logos, anything that will fit on the footprint of this press, I have put on it. So again, 17 seconds, automatic release, hot peel, like butter. You guys can see it, hopefully there. So tagless label. Next, oh, Shauna, I forgot the poll. Shauna is going to post a poll, guys. I have a Flex Fit 6-panel hat. We're going to post a poll. Who wants to see the logo directly over the seam or on one of the side panels? We were going to let you guys pick. So Shauna launched the poll. See where we come. We'll let you guys give you time to answer that poll. And then while you guys are doing that, I am going to do a left chest on a button-down Under Armour 100% polyester women's performance polo. Now, if this were me and this were production, I would probably pre-tape all of my left chest. So let's say I had to do 25 of these. I would lay them all out on a table. I would line them up, with my ruler or however you guys do your left chest, and I would tape my logo down with some thermotape. Okay, this is heat-resistant thermotape. If I were doing this on a 360, if I were doing it on a t-shirt press, it would be much easier to line up my left chest. But if I were doing it on a 360, that's what I would do just to ensure that I've got it lined up. But for sake of time, I'm just demoing kind of how easy this is. We're just going to pop this on here. We'll see how straight I get it. I am definitely left chest challenged, so wish me luck here. Again, 17 seconds. and we're at hot peel. Peels, I can't say enough great things about the product. The peel, the performance, the durability, the hand weight. It's for a full color digital print. There's nothing like it on the market. It's phenomenal. Oh, just it's like butter, literally. So there you go. I'll try to get it up close. Sorry, my camera's not the best. There you go. So you can really see it. And it's just like, I mean, can you hear it? It's just buttery soft. Okay, Shauna, because I'm not in the poll section, what did everybody vote for on the hat?
87% said over the seam.
Let's do it. So now what I'm going to do, my hat, it's a stiff structured hat, right? So with my fused buckram, it's a little bit thicker. Because it's a little bit thicker on my 360, I'm actually going to back off on my pressure a little bit. I turned the pressure up because those two items were so thin that I was applying. I knew I needed a little bit more firm pressure. So I just want to back it off so I don't smash the heck out of my hat here. I turned it, you saw me, 2 good turns. Make sure we get our sweatband out. Load it right up on here like this. I like to pull my bill kind of forward instead of have it back. I pull it forward like that. Once I get it all centered, and I think I'm good, just my spring load just holds the hat nice and tight on there. And I'm going to throw caution to the wind, and I'm not going to use any thermotape. So let's see if I shift it or if it stays straight on me. Thermotape is your best friend when you're dealing with curved items. All right, I think we're good. Medium pressure, about a 6 or a 7, 17 seconds. 290 on the top heat, which is what the application instructions are if you were using a t-shirt press. And I did 200 on the bottom heat. It's just the lowest temperature this press can go. Beautiful. If I do say so myself, I got that pretty centered on there, guys. I'm going to get up real close on the camera so you guys can see a little bit of indentation there right over the seam, but man, not bad. Look at that, you guys. And that is a beautiful, beautiful product. Super easy. I just did it on a cat press. So any questions, Shauna, on how the application went, the demo went, before I go back to the PowerPoint and kind of talk them through some costing scenarios?
Yes. So Dustin asked, can you use a cover sheet or the foam pad on the 360 with UltraColor MAX?
So if you guys, that's a great question, Dustin. So if you notice, I didn't use any cover sheet. It's just not needed. If you had something really, really heat sensitive that you knew was going to scorch, again, another reason why I love that 360, it really doesn't scorch. You could cut like some of your bigger Teflon sheets. You could just cut them to the size of the cat press, so you're not trying to put a big 16 by 20 inch Teflon sheet on there, or craft paper, but don't use the foam pads. They're too thick to penetrate through. If you were so inclined to use the foam pad, the thinnest foam pad, and for those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, the 360 cat press comes with 3 white foam pads, a thin, a medium, and a thick. They're used for our dimensional products, our embroidered patches, leather patches, and flex style emblems. So Dustin, if you felt so inclined to use one of the foam pads, you're going to have to increase your dwell time to about 50 or 60 seconds from 17 seconds. So again, if you're doing a couple, no big deal. But if you've got 100 hats you got to get through, that really starts to eat into your production time and your profitability. So I would say no foam pad, don't need a cover sheet. Hopefully that helps.
Okay, Tammy would like to know how the product feels compared with UltraColor Soft.
Great question, Tammy. So UltraColor Soft, for those of you that have utilized it, tested it, sampled it, it has this very unique velvet finish to it. For lack of better words, it's really truly velvety. This product is not going to have that same velvet finish, but this product is going to be, in my opinion, lighter weight, slightly lighter weight feeling, a little bit more breathable feeling. Again, the UltraColor Soft also comes with that clear outline and is a cold peel product. This does not come with the clear outline and is a hot peel product. You kind of start to split hairs on the finish in the field. They're pretty comparable. They're pretty comparable.
Okay, Vince wants to know if it's RGB or CMYK color process.
It's CMYK. CMYK. Guys, if I can recommend to you, don't submit orders and artwork in RGB. RGB, without getting too into the weeds, has a bigger color spectrum, right? It can achieve more color. So if you submit in RGB, CMYK is more limited, and we print in CMYK. We will convert your RGB to whatever is the closest CMYK, and sometimes that can be a miss. One thing I will say about the product, it's 100% automated. No human being looks at your artwork, looks at your art order. It literally goes through an automated system, upload system, an automated RIP software, and into an automated printer. There are human beings at the printer, but they're not looking for color matching and all of that. So be very, very mindful when you're placing your orders to make sure your colors are what you want them to be. Looking at that instant proof that you get in that upload process, you get an instant proof, and really making sure everything is accurate before you hit submit. Because once you hit submit, it's go. There's nobody's looking at your artwork.
Chuck wants to know how the adhesion is with textured or open weave types of material.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So this Chuck is pretty textured. I mean, it's so hard to see through a camera, but you can see this is an open weave poly, and it's great. I mean, it picks up the texture like any transfer would because it's so thin and breathable. It does pick up the texture of kind of a more textured item, but I happen to really like that look. It's a little subjective on what you like, but it works beautifully on textured items.
Irvin would like to know, what was the material of the shirt that you printed?
Absolutely. So this one is 100% performance polyester, moisture wicking performance polyester, Under Armour. This one is a Bella canvas tri-blend. So, sorry, brain fart. Polyester, cotton, rayon, tri-blend, Bella canvas crop tee.
Jose wants to know if the product cracks.
No. I mean, if you're applying it properly, following our application instructions, absolutely not.
Great comment here from Allison. She said she has done her own wash testing and they are at 78 washes on both t-shirts and polyester dry fit, and it's still going strong.
Yay. I mean, you guys, I'm such an evangelist for this product. I don't have a side hustle business. But if I did, I'll tell you what, this is probably the only product I would use for my standard decoration embellishments. It's just so versatile and such a great all-around product.
Okay, Chuck and Roll asks similar questions. If you're using an autoclam or a press that does not have lower heat, do you need lower heat is the first part of the question. And the second part is, what are the temperature settings?
Great question from the two of you. And I'm so glad you guys asked that. Hopefully I didn't confuse you by throwing this 360 in here. It's just the only thing I have in my home. If I were doing a regular t-shirt press, a regular autoclam, a fusion, or maybe an off-brand t-shirt press, you do not need bottom heat. Nope. This press has bottom heat. So I just set it to the lowest setting. But the standard application instructions on a t-shirt press, so an autoclam, a fusion, or any of the like, is 290 degrees for 12 to 15 seconds, medium pressure, and by that we mean a 5 to a 7, medium pressure, peel hot. No cover sheet needed. I have some people that use cover sheets like craft paper or Teflon just because they're really married to cover sheets, but it is not needed.
Okay, this is for Deborah. Yes, you will receive a replay of the video. And then Tammy asks if you can print on the bill of the hat with the hat press.
So that's a good question, Tammy. Yes and no. So you can see this one's got the more pliable bill and it's already curved. So yeah, you can pop that on there and do it. But if you've got those flat bill hats, you'll crack the cardboard inside. I've paid that price. I've tried that on a very expensive flat bill hat. So you just have to be mindful of what the bill type is like. Is it curved or is it flat bill?
Bill wants to know if you know when blocker will be available.
Great question. Yep, great question, Bill. Unfortunately, I don't have an answer for you. I can tell you it is priority number one for us, along with cut apart. Right now, the product just comes on those continuous rolls to you. So we are working really hard behind the scenes to offer cut apart features so that the logos come pre-cut, ready to apply, as well as dye migration blocker layer. And for those of you guys that are going, huh, what is she even talking about? What we're working on is producing, so like here's my image, right, on my clear carrier. You can see the back is white adhesive. We're working on a blocker layer, like a charcoal or a black layer that we build in on the back, not you, but we build that in to help prevent dye migration, bleeding of the fabric through the transfer, mostly for heavily over dyed garments or sublimated garments is really where you need to be careful. So stay tuned. I don't want to throw out any dates. I'm like you, I'm like, please, end of year, maybe-ish. But it is very high priority for us right now.
Okay. Sherry asked a question about CMYK colors. I think you answered it, Sherry. If she didn't, please put your question back into the chat. And then Dean is asking if there's a process for even lower temperature application, say under 280 degrees.
Great. Okay. So I'm going to answer Dean's question, Shauna, and then I think, well, let's jump into the costing and then we'll save the rest of the questions for the end if that works for everybody.
Yep.
So right now, no. I can tell you, I have applied this product as low as 275. It has worked beautifully. However, I have not wash tested that. So it's really, truly, I hate to say this, but at your own risk at that point, when you veer so far away from a recommended recipe, right, you may end up running the risk of not having that durability or that washability. But by God, man, put one on at 270, 275 and wash test it and see how it holds up for you. What I would do is probably go maybe slightly longer on the dwell time at that point. So I would maybe do 275 for 17 seconds, something like that, a couple seconds more.
Okay, back to the slideshow.
Great. All right. So I just want to go over with you guys here a few costing scenarios, and then we'll open it up for all the questions. So what I did was I took a couple of scenarios for you guys. So I did an OGIO Caliber 2.0 Polo on the left, and I did a Port Authority City briefcase on the right. Now this is worth mentioning. The garment and the briefcase price are wholesale prices, okay? So when you go to Sanmar or S&S Activewear or Alpha Broder or Augusta or any of your blank suppliers, if you do not have a business license and a resale permit, you are going to pay retail pricing. You are not going to pay wholesale pricing. So I just want to make sure you guys understand that. So I don't want anybody coming back after this webinar going, I went to look for that shirt and it's actually $36, okay? So that's wholesale pricing for the garment there. So let's start with the polo. So you've got $16.25 for the garment. We put a left chest logo on there at 24 cents. We put a back yoke logo on that's 9 cents. we included labor at $1.25 and overhead at $1.92. If you're not familiar, things like overhead are going to be your fixed costs, right? Your electricity, your payroll, things like that. Okay, so now your cost for the polo is at $19.75. You should be able to sell that polo for $38. Now let's go over to the right. You've got your briefcase at $11.21. We've got a center logo for 46 cents. The pad, what we mean by the pad is these are silicone print perfect pads that you have to slip in there, right? And that takes more time. For those of you that have ever decorated bags or things with a lot of seams and handles and all these things, and you prop them, you put pillows or print perfect pads inside or mouse pads, you know how much added time that costs you. So you got to factor that in. So 9 cents, your labor is at $1.25, and then your overhead is $1.95. Your cost is at $14.96. Your sell price is $29. So for those two items together, because you're selling it as a package to the client, your sell price is $67. Your total profit is $32.29. All of these pricing, cost analysis, pricing scenarios that I'm walking through with you guys, on average, the markup is about 85 to 100%. Some are a little bit over 100% markup. None fell, I think one was at 82% markup. Now, I know what you're all saying. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to make that kind of margin, or every reason why, right? There's always going to be factors that will change. Your region, where you are in the country, right? How many competitors do you have very close by? Is this a program, an ongoing program? Is this, are you selling 2,000 of these, or are you selling 12 of these? So there's a lot of factors that are going to play into this. These are just general suggestions for you guys, okay? Like I said, a lot of factors, but I can't tell you how many conversations I have with people that undervalue themselves, their work, and their business. If I can give you any advice today, it's really try to stop doing that. Really, really value your time and your business, especially as a small business owner or a side hustle. If it's just you, one person show, you really, really have to make sure that you're profitable in your business. So next one, again, you guys have the PDF and the files, and we are going to send you this in an email after this event as well. So the next one, we've got a gym kind of situation going on here. So we have a Port Authority gym bag on the left, and we have a J America Tri-Blend sleeveless sweatshirt on the right. So let's go over the gym bag. So the bag was $10.19. You have a center logo, an end logo on the end of the bag, and then a logo on the strap. Your labor is $1.25, and your overhead is $1.90. So your cost, you're all in at $14.59. Your sell price is $35. Then over on the right, you've got your garment at $14.36, your center logo at $1.62, your back hip logo at 45 cents, your labor is $1.25, your overhead is $2.65, and then your cost is $20.33. Your sell price is $38. So together, your sell price is $73. Your total profit for the two is $38.08. Okay, so you can see kind of how much margin you can command, especially the more print locations you have on the garment. And remember, back a few slides, I showed you guys the option to do gang layouts. Again, I don't like using the word sheet, but for let's just say gang sheet, right? 22 by 22 max size. You can really start to utilize that space. And then the final one that we have here is we have a New Era Ladies Performance Terry short sleeve hoodie. You have the leggings, sorry, they got cut off, but her Ogio Lycra spandex leggings. And then you have the next level. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. There's supposed to be a headband on there, not the tee. Got that mixed up, but let's run with these instead of the headband, okay? So you can see the garment prices for each. You can see what we've done. We've done, again, on the hoodie, we've done a center and a hip pocket. You've got your labor and your overhead. Then you have the legging. We just did a logo on the hip with your labor and your overhead. And then the crop tee, we did center logo and a back hip plus your labor and your overhead. So selling all three of those items to one client, the sell price would be $132 with your total profit at $65.31. That's huge, 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 huge profit. Now, you're not always going to have a client where you're selling multiple items, right? We all know the bread and butter is the t-shirt business, but I'm just showing you guys all of these options and these value add-ons, bags, headbands, additional items that you can sell or proposition to a client with ease, because it's minimal additional money when you're dealing with UltraColor MAX to throw up another logo on the layout. It's so easy and quick, and you get it, ships in 24 hours. So this is the last slide. I just kind of wanted to really drive this home, because we do talk to many, many customers that are constantly calling us, asking us whether they should invest in a DTF printer. And guys, they are all over the map. They range from, I think the least expensive I've seen has been about $5,000 up to 40 grand. Okay, that's a huge range, a huge gap. What I can recommend to you guys is do your homework, read the fine print. Not all DTF is developed the same. Ask the questions. Does this printer only produce cold peel product? What are the temperature applications that this product has to apply at? What is the maintenance? What is the ink usage, right? All of these really important questions. Most of the printers on the market today are a cold peel product, which can increase production time, which increases or decreases profitability. If it's a cold peel, you have to remove the item, let it cool, peel, and then you realize you might have to hit it again. So you have to load it back on the press, cover it, and seal it with a cold peel product. And then the inks and adhesives that we have found on the market now are really just not designed to stretch and rebound, right? They crack. They don't have the durability. They don't go past 10 washes. So again, just make sure you're doing the research. I tell people this all the time. Anything first generation, I get very, very leery about, right? I like to kind of sit back, let all the bugs and the things work themselves out before I invest my money. Then you come over to the right money maker. And most of our larger strategic partners have really kind of embraced this decision in their business, at least today in their business, is outsourcing. If you can turn an order in 24 hours at 6 cents a square inch, it's almost a no-brainer. Why would you want to invest and do all that heavy lifting in a technology that's really, really buggy? So just to reiterate, unlimited color with the product, prints photo quality, low temperature application, 290 degrees, hot peel, soft, high stretch and rebound, and you can print over seams like beautifully. I think for those of you guys that watch Stahls TV, Jenna just did a live where she printed over the seams of some dancewear competition outfits. Beautiful. It just looks beautiful. So with that, I've already reiterated this, but why UltraColor MAX DTF transfers, 24-hour turn times, small footprint. You just order them, you get them quick. over 2 million transfers sold. And there's really nothing DTF can't solve, honestly, other than nylon and heavily overdyed. You have to be cautious of heavily overdyed garments. All right, let's open it up for some more questions.
Okay, so I think you answered most of these, but just if there's anything else you want to add, Elliot asked how Stahls DTF transfers are differ from other DTF transfers that are currently on the market.
Yeah, so Elliot, really, truly, that's what it is. It's the hot peel formulation, the 290 degrees, so nice low temp, and that really high durability. So 125 wash and dry cycles. I have yet to personally see anything remotely close to it on the market. Most of what I have tested, played with, seen at trade shows has been 340 to 365 for 30 to 45 seconds, which basically leaves out anything synthetic. That'll burn on anything synthetic. Cold peel, and really just doesn't have the durability. So that's really where Stahls' DTF differs.
This is for Judy. She's asking about a specific job. Judy, I'm going to put my email into the chat. You can send me an email where what state you're located in, and we'll have a market account manager or territory rep reach out to you to help you price out that job and discuss with you what product would be best. Patty's asking if there's a need to repress after you move the carrier.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's the beauty of the product. You don't have to repress it. Now, the only thing I will say, and this, again, these are like kind of subjective opinions, but I have one particular customer, loves the product, loves everything about it. He doesn't like, and it's kind of hard to tell, but he thinks it's got like more of a semi-gloss finish than the UltraColor Soft, which truly has that matte finish. So he does double press. He peels. He doesn't remove the shirt because it's a peel hot. So it's on your press. He peels it. He sticks a piece of Teflon over it, and he seals it for, I don't know, 4 seconds or so. And it will kind of matte out that gloss. I don't like to say gloss because it's not. Semi-gloss finish, it'll matte it out a little bit. So you're welcome to try it, but when you seal, don't do more than 4 or 5 seconds, guys. You run the risk of over curing the ink and the adhesive, and then you could potentially not have the durability in wash. So 4 or 5 second seal if you want, 100% not needed.
Chuck is asking what considerations would he need to take into account for storing inventory of the printed sheets before they're used?
Great question. I don't know if this is the same Chuck that keeps asking these questions, but these are really good questions. So cool, dry environment, not a really cold garage, not a really hot warehouse. Climate controlled is best. If I were to put a number on it, I would say between, 65 degrees and 75 degrees, somewhere in there is just going to give much longer shelf life to unused transfers. So you guys order a bunch of transfers, maybe you used half of them and you have these other half left, right? So up on a shelf in a cool, dry, climate controlled environment. I would take it a step further because this is just the kind of person I am, but I buy cheap little Ziploc bags on Amazon and Uline, little poly bags. Stick your unused transfers in there, get out the air and seal them up. If you do that, you prevent moisture from getting into the ink, you prevent the elements from drying out the adhesive, and your transfers will just last longer. We stand behind 1 year shelf life, but if you did that, they should last you 2, 3, 4 years maybe.
Okay. Sherry asked, how does this convert from PMS colors? Will the CMYK colors be close and look great? That was she re-asked that, she followed up on her question.
Really, really good question. And I'm going to be really honest and transparent with you guys. We do not have 100% foolproof color matching system yet. We are working really, really, really hard to do this. Because it is CMYK, if you upload your artwork in Pantone and you select specific Pantone, the system, remember it's automated, no human being is looking at this. The system, the program, the RIP software will convert to the closest CMYK value. Sometimes it nails it, sometimes it's a miss, okay? So my best recommendation is to convert to CMYK on your end before you upload the artwork. That way you're picking CMYK values from either a CMYK Pantone Bridge book or online that you feel comfortable with. You know, we're working really hard on a stock color palette to select from. We're not quite there yet. I'm hoping summer so that you can go on and pick from a Stahls or a Transfer Express stock color. So my best recommendation is to convert to CMYK on your end if you have that ability. If you don't, it's okay. You can upload in Pantone. The system will convert for you. You just have to understand that it's an automated system converting. I hope that helped.
Okay. Chuck is asking, should the artwork be submitted as PNG, high resolution?
So it depends on your artwork. For example, you know, like say this was your artwork. This is just, sorry, one color, right? So, you know, you would create this as vector artwork, save it as a PDF or an EPS or an AI file or, you know, Corel file, and upload it that way. But if you had a photograph, right, you want a family reunion shirt and you took a photograph, typically you're not going to vectorize that. It's a photograph. So it would be a PNG file. You just need to make sure if you're uploading PNG files or JPEG files, non-vector files, that the resolution of that file to the size that you want printed is 300 DPI or greater. So I'm going to repeat that. Let's say you guys took a beautiful picture on your iPhone and of a sunset and you wanted that printed on a shirt, but you want it blown up, right, to 11 inches wide by 8 inches tall. When you go to blow that up and you submit that, it will become, because it's not vector artwork, it will become pixelated and very blurry when you go to blow it up. It's not high enough resolution. So the system will stop it and literally give you a red warning and say, we cannot accept this artwork. Your resolution is too low. That is built into the automated system. So if you guys are uploading or using PNG files, Photoshop files, raster images, they have got to be 300 DPI or greater at the size you want printed.
Okay. Steve asked why the labor cost was the same when there were multiple logo placements applications. So I went back and looked at the PowerPoint. It looked like almost every product had 2 application locations in your examples in the PowerPoint. I saw that the briefcase did not, but the rest of them all had 2 applications, like the front, the left chest, and the rear on the polo. On the bag, it was on the strap and on the side. On the hooded sweatshirt, it was on the front and then the back lower hip. And then also on the front and back of the short sleeve hoodie, the crop tee, and then also the leggings. So the labor was $1.25 on all of them, but it looked like the placement locations were, you know, pretty similar.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. That is why. You know, again, I don't have a side hustle business. If I did, and again, these are so subjective, you guys. There's going to be so many variables that will factor into this. But I feel like a going rate, right, for application labor is anywhere. Again, this will change. If you're only doing 12, this is going to go way up. If you're doing 10,000, this might go way down. But on average, you know, 75 cents to $1.25 per hit. That doesn't include your cost of your transfer, right? Or any of your other labor and fixed costs. That's just to apply it. Is typically, you'll see between 75 cents and $1.25. Again, if you're doing 10,000 of them, you might drop that down to 50 cents. If you're doing 12 of them, you're going to hike that up a little bit because you've got to make it profitable.
Anthony is asking if you can order the sheet in any size up to 22 by 22.
Yes. Yes, Anthony. A lot of people get really stuck on that 22 by 22 because they're so used to ordering sheets from Transfer Express. And at Transfer Express, we just have one sheet size. That's it. With this product, it's by the square inch. So you can make it as small, one image, 5 images, 10 images, all the way up to 22 by 22. And you can make it any combination. So it doesn't have to be an even width and an even height. You could do 8 by 10, 11 by 12, 14 by 19, or even 10 by 10. Doesn't matter. You're paying by the square inch. Just be careful. I wasn't going to mention this, but I am going to mention it now. Be careful, guys. If you have this logo right here and you need to order 50 of them, do not create a gang sheet. You are going to pay more money for this logo creating a gang sheet than you will just uploading this logo and telling the system you want to order 50 of them. Because you're paying by the square inch, you're paying for all the space that the ink is not on. Okay, so just you gotta keep that. The only time those gang layouts are really worthwhile and cost effective, they become cost effective, is when you have a lot of different logos that you need to order at the same time. If you only have 1 or 2 logos to order them individually, separately. I hope that makes sense.
Derek asked if you can repress chroma bling, or will it impact the holographic effect?
You know, I have never repressed chroma bling.
Me either.
I think you should try it and let us know how it goes. Or maybe somebody else here has done that and they can put it in the chat, but I have never double pressed chroma bling. I don't know.
Deb is asking, do you know what the episode was where the DTF was put on Danceware? Was that a Facebook Live? I just looked on YouTube TV and I don't see it posted yet.
It might have been a Facebook Live from, I know it was from Jenna.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll find it. Shauna, if you can post my email address in the chat, I will find it and you email me and just say, hey, I was the one that wanted the demonstration on the over the scenes Danceware video, and I'll find it and email it to you.
Okay. Judd is asking, what time, temperature, and pressure would you recommend for 100% polyester sport tech shirt?
So really, again, the recipe you shouldn't have to change it. So 290 degrees. I would go on the lower end. I would go 12 seconds.
Wait a second. He followed up with, he's played around with 8 to 9 seconds, 265 degrees, 4 pressure, and he's still getting scorch marks. And
that will not wash. Like if the UltraColor MAX is releasing off the carrier, bet your bottom dollar that transfer is not going to hold up and wash. That is way too low for too short of a dwell time with too little pressure. Guys, I can't tell you how many shops I walk into and people are doing that. They're breaking the recipe, right? They're going, well, this garment's really heat sensitive. I'm just going to change up the recipe. I'm going to go much lower, much less dwell time and lighter pressure. That is a disaster. Do not do that. It might apply okay and look okay, but it is not going to wash. It's going to pop off the minute you wash it once or twice. So in that case, Shauna, I don't know if you can do this, but in that case, I would use a flexible application pad. It's a thin silicone, stretchy, reusable pad that we sell at Stahls. You're going to have to preheat it for about 45 seconds to get it nice and hot, but it protects scorching, especially on heat sensitive fabrics like the sport techs are known for being heat sensitive, but you have to go double the dwell time. So don't change your temp. 290, I would go 30 seconds, peel hot. Once you peel, I would cover it back with that silicone pad and tack it again for another 5 seconds. That silicone pad really blocks the heat. So you have to be mindful of that. But It's a great tool to help prevent scorch marks, especially on sport techs, which are like the most popular polyester shirts you can get, or the sport tech ST350 or something.
Okay, Jennifer, it's 5:04, maybe 2 or 3 more questions?
Sure.
Okay. Mark is asking what do you recommend for applying to knit hats?
Like acrylic beanies, I'm assuming he means. So for those of you guys that are not already members, go and request to join the Heat Press for Profit Facebook group. It's a private group. I think we're up to like 15,000 members. There is a video in there, you guys, by Skip Davis. He does acrylic beanies on a Fusion. So you can do it on an autoclam or a Fusion. I can tell you all day long, oh, no problem. You can do it on your 360. You have to be really careful. Most acrylic beanies are cheap and they melt and they warp and they don't rebound. The new Richardson Chunk Light beanie works beautifully on here. It doesn't do that, but watch that video in the Heat Press for Profit Facebook group. He is so cool. And it's 45 minutes long, so get your popcorn, but he walks you through step by step how to successfully apply knitted acrylic beanies on a t-shirt press without warping them.
Okay, Nick wants you to let everybody know how a large order comes. He ordered 80 images and he wasn't prepared for how the transfers would come in a roll.
Sure, I wish I had a core with me. I apologize. So remember I told you guys, we produce in roll format. And sometimes like 80 images, if they're big, they're going to come on a continuous roll, okay? A big long roll that's 22 inches wide by continuous roll. We roll up the roll and we stick it in a core, like what architectural drawings come in, like those cardboard core rolls. We roll it up, we stick it in there, and that's how we ship it to you. So you pull it out, you open up your roll, and then you hand cut your images out with scissors. So you can, if you order a lot or the logo's really big, I mean, the roll can be enormously long. So just be prepared for that.
Allison said with the sport tech material, they have found 305, 35 seconds, medium pressure with a flexible application pad.
Yay. And that's the same woman, you guys, that has wash tested it 78 or 79 times. Can you repeat that, Shauna?
Sure. It is 305, 35 seconds, medium pressure.
There you guys go. There you go, right there with the flexible application pad. Preheating it to get it nice and hot. All right. So 305, 35 seconds, medium pressure, peel hot. And she's on wash 79. So I can't remember the gentleman's name, but the guy that was doing the testing at 265 at a 4 pressure, don't do all that. Get a flexible application pad.
Okay, let me see. And then Tony says it seems expensive for a large, like an 8x10 back design. She wants to know if she's estimating the cost wrong. Give me 1 second, Tony. I'll do what I got.
I was just going to go grab my handy little calculator here.
I'm getting like 480 for a full color 8x10.
Yep. So you multiply 8x10 and you're at 80 times 0.06, $4.80 an image for an 8x10, which, to be honest with you, if it's more than 3 colors, you'd be hard pressed to find somebody that's going to screen print that cheaper at that size, 3 colors for 1. You could literally order, there's no quantity minimum.
Okay. I think those are all the questions. I think we got to everything. I tried really hard to make sure we didn't miss any.
If you guys have any follow-up questions, you're welcome to email me. Shauna put my email in the chat, but it's jennifer.johnson@stahls.com. You're welcome to email me. I can also, get you to your local rep as well.
All right. Thanks for coming, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the webinar. We'll see you next time.
Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your afternoon, evening, and thanks again, you guys.